And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The most divisive issue in the country today is the issue of life. I think it's the right to life. I think we need to protect our unborn, and I'm thankful for the Supreme Court decision now returning this issue to the states. The left has gone crazy. There's a summer of rage protests going on. You've got, of course, the president announcing executive actions yesterday. You've got states where there are trigger laws in effect, trying to stop them from being implemented, including here in Louisiana. So let's delve into it with a real expert. She's a speaker, author. She's an advocate on right to life issues. She's a member of the Project 21 Black Leadership Network. Patrina Mosley is with us right here on the Ringside Politics program. Hey, Patrina, good morning.
Hi, good to be with you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Obviously, the Supreme Court decision was monumental. Maybe one of the best decisions in history, overturning Roe v. Wade. Were you expecting that, Patrina?
Not in my lifetime. No, I was not. And at first, hearing the news, I thought it was fake news, when we first heard about the leak. But the more we waited to see what the final draft opinion would be, whether it would be just as strong as the leaked draft or stronger, was what we were hoping for. And eventually that final decision came out. And this, I can say, has been the second greatest reversal that our country has seen next to slavery. So this is a great moment in our country right now.
Yeah, I agree. The left is not taking it too well, Patrina. They are protesting. They're harassing Supreme Court justices. We just had Brett Kavanaugh chased out of a restaurant. The Department of Justice is not following the law. We had a assassination attempt against Brett Kavanaugh. And it seems like they're just getting more and more furious. They're going to try to change the law in Congress to codify Roe v. Wade. Do you think they'll be successful?
I don't think so. And if they really wanted to do this, they would have already done it when they had majorities in both the House and the Senate under Obama. And we know that the party, the Democratic Party, that is, just wants to dangle apples and carrots before those they believe to be a reliable voting bloc for them, which are women and minorities. And so they are scrambling right now in the wake of the reversal of Roe to figure out how to get that voting bloc out to the polls in November, because they have no accomplishments to run on. They have destroyed the economy. They have built back nothing better. I mean, you could look at anything, energy. I mean, gas right now is costing more than milk. So they have nothing to really run on that the average American can say, yes, I want to go to the polls and vote for this administration again. So they're scrambling right now to figure out what they can do to preserve that voting bloc. But I don't think it's going to work. But I do think that at the federal level, there is a need to protect life. Just because Roe has turned this over back to the people in the states does not allow members of Congress to wash their hands on the issue of abortion
Right.
and protecting life.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see life protected in all 50 states. I assume when it goes back to the states now that it has, you're going to have some states that'll have abortion on demand. You'll have some states that will have restrictions, and you'll have some states that'll say no abortion except in the case of a life of the mother. So it'll be a real, I guess, diverse set of situations around the country. Is that how you see it, Patrina?
That's how it should be. We're going to see states that have truly had members vote pro-life really stand out. There's two things that I agreed with Biden when he reacted to the reversal of Roe. And those two things were, number one, life is on the ballot this midterms, and that there should be, nonviolent protests. But he's dead on. Life, the issue of life, and one of the issues that many candidates, especially on the right, have been shy to talk about and not including it in what they call kitchen table issues, have now been forced to talk about it because now it's in the forefront of our country's mind. So this is going to be very, very important. I would say to people, this is the time to not be ashamed of being a one issue voter. This is our chance. This is our one window of opportunity to really make an impact on standing for life and protecting it at the state level. And you get to do that with your
Right.
vote. So no longer will it be just put an R next to
Mm,
your name and maybe you'll protect life. It's we're going to see how you're going to really
right.
carry the water on this issue in a post-Roe
Mm.
America.
I don't think this is going to be a big issue for the Democrats. I mean, I don't think that the overturning of Roe v. Wade is going to lead to a major surge of votes for Democrats, and they're going to, retain control of Congress. To me, the economic disaster that they've caused is going to motivate people to throw them out of power, and hopefully they're going to lose power in both the House and the Senate. And I think there are just as many people out there that want to protect life as those who want to protect abortion. So, yeah, as you say, it'll be on the ballot and we shall see. So, you mentioned Biden, and he brought up a case of a 10-year-old who had to go cross state lines into Ohio to get an abortion. And many people are saying that that story might not have even been true. He was announcing it along with some executive actions to protect abortion, to make sure that people have access to abortion facilities, and protect privacy. So I wanted to get your thoughts on his announcements yesterday, his executive actions on the issue of abortion.
Yeah, that story about the 10-year-old has definitely been getting a lot of traction, and there's a lot of holes with that story as well because it has not been verified that this child even exists. There has not been a police report of rape indicates that if a 10-year-old was pregnant, that is absolutely rape, and that there's a predator that needs to be locked up and held accountable. And that's the real issue. But Biden and his plan from the executive order can seemingly on the surface look like they have no plan. They talk about providing contraception, and we know we already have that through the ACA under Obamacare. They talk about getting lawyers and volunteer lawyers to fight pro-life protections at the state level. They talk about mobilizing HHS to exceed provisions on the abortion pill. These are things they've already been doing these things. This isn't anything new. So on the surface, it may look like they have no plan. But I do want to
Mm.
caution us as pro-lifers to not be so hasty in thinking that they are just going to continue to scramble and not come up with anything to do for their base. I think what we really need to be watching is the progression of over-the-counter abortion pills. It was no accident that during the pandemic, all of a sudden, abortion clinics and the administration was able to mobilize mail order pills to women through the mail. Why? Because they have been experimenting with this for a couple of years now, funded by the FDA and funded by those who have a financial interest in these chemical abortion pills. So this is a business. Abortion is a business. And right now they're scrambling, of course, to continue to stay in business, but in doing so, that just continues to harm women. Right now, they talk
So,
about, well, going to restrict abortion. Is it going to be back alley? But right now, we already have chemical back alley abortions taking place right now at
yeah.
40%.
And that's a very good point. I'm glad you brought that up, Patrina. And you talked about abortion being a business. And of course, it's big business, big money for Planned Parenthood. And Planned Parenthood has been receiving federal support, federal dollars, federal assistance. And they always say, oh, it's for women's health care, which is a lie. Their major business is abortion. And it's my view that we should have never funded Planned Parenthood to $1. We're not funding at the federal level right to life organizations. So why are we giving the number one abortion provider in the nation federal money? Is this an opportunity to stop the federal support financially for Planned Parenthood?
100%. Because really, what we have right now is the back alley do it yourself method. Planned Parenthood they're not performing abortions. They're not doing anything. They're not even seeing women in their clinics. What they're doing now under Biden is removing the restriction to even be seen by a doctor, to get examined, to know that you're eligible and that you're safe. to take these pills. They're not even doing that. They're sending them in the mail to anybody that wants them. The New York Times even did an investigation 2 or 3 years ago that showed how easy it was to get abortion pills online. So that's a scary thing. This is a man from New York Times who was telling us how easy it is to get abortion pills. There's been so many stories about women who have had unwilling partners slip them abortion pills in their foods, traffickers and pimps getting a hold of abortion pills to continue to abuse women on the streets. So abortion is not good for women. Abortion is a business, and it has a symbiotic relationship with those who abuse women, actually.
Right.
So this is the perfect time to say, you know what, Planned Parenthood, you're not even performing abortions. What you're doing is just taking money for women to perform their own abortions in their homes through the mail. So why do you deserve our money? You don't. Instead, pregnancy
Right.
resource centers who outnumber abortion clinics who truly help women deserve
Yeah.
our taxpayer dollars and our help.
Well, very good point. And those centers that help women need to be supported, and there's certainly more and more of them coming out across the country, which is a positive thing. And we certainly need to look at ending this flow of funds to Planned Parenthood. Thank you, Patrina, for the work you're doing. Thank you so much for joining us. Great discussion right here on Ringside Politics on Real America's Voice. Jeff Crouere with you.